After what feels like forever, the showcase of the Immortals is finally upon us, Wrestle by God Mania. And even if the build has been less than inspiring at points, doesn't matter. As long as there's buffalo chicken dip there, I will be happy. I'm Singer Siete for 7 Wrestling. Let's take a look at what we think is going to happen with our 100% accurate-ish WrestleMania 41 predictions. Now, we appreciate your support, so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stink face that notification bell. Also, check out our merch store to show the world that you're a part of the brotherhood, even if you're a sister, with our shirts, stickers, and more. All right, WrestleMania's here, live from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're going to break down the matches and give you our best guess as to what's going to happen. Honestly, more than anything, we just want Stephanie McMahon to drug Hunter and drive him through a wedding chapel to renew their vows. All right, on to night 1. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Hold up, a women's match that isn't for a title? Well, bless my stars. The build-up to this involved Naomi being the person who chucked Jade off of a ledge and gifted her with a nice long vacation. Since then, it seems like Jade has been getting the best of Naomi. I think the big question here is how confident are they that Jade is going to be the star they want her to be? It's been over a year since she's joined the main roster, and Jade has yet to show a ton of improvement. And seeing as she lost a match to Liv Morgan a couple weeks ago, they might be done protecting her. So I'm going to go with the freshly turned heel Naomi as the winner in this one, although I'm not particularly confident. Let's give this one a 3 out of 10. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. All right, I don't care who wins. Just give these fellas some time and it's gonna be awesome. Again, I could go either way on this one, like the Cargill-Naomi match. This is probably just the beginning of a feud, so I'll bet we'll see American Made versus Mysterio and his LWO dorks for the rest of the spring and into summer. But I feel like since they're just launching this Americano thing, they'll want to give him the win on the big stage. Again, not terribly confident in this one. Let's give it a 3 out of 10 as well. United States title, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. LA Knight is so popular. People love his chants. He's got presence, etc. But my guy needs to have a signature feud or something. He's just kind of there. It's kind of like Braun Strowman. Whenever WrestleMania would roll around, they wouldn't have anything for him to do. Speaking of which, Braun Strowman isn't on this card either. On the other side, you got Jacob Fatu, who is just a force of nature. He is so much fun to watch. And if he's still a heel, which is debatable, he isn't going to be one for very long. I think he takes this unless somehow Solo Sikoa interferes and costs him the match. How certain am I on this? Let's give it a 7 out of 10. World Tag Team titles, War Raiders versus New Day. Okay, here's my confession. I just don't buy Xavier Woods as a heel. And that's not because he's a nice guy in real life, which I'm sure he is. Something about his heel delivery drives me up a friggin' wall because it always feels very unnatural, like he's waiting to hit us with this zinger that he's carefully crafted to get himself some heel heat. Your mileage may vary. That said, the War Raiders, while fun to watch, aren't doing very much with the titles, and if they're going to make the turn on Big E worth anything, they need to put the belts on the New Day. Unless, of course, Big E comes out to cost them the match, although it seems like Big E's not so angry with the New Day as much as he feels bad about what the New Day said. So who knows? He might even come out and help them win? How certain am I on this? I'll go 8 out of 10 on New Day taking the belts, but as far as Big E helping them, not so certain. 2 out of 10. Wow, I've got a lot of heels going over thus far. WWE Women's title, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I don't care how awkward the build-up has been. I am very much looking forward to this match. Charlotte Flair has proven that she can deliver on the WrestleMania stage. Her WrestleMania 39 match with Rhea Ripley, probably my favorite WrestleMania match from the last few years. And I think Tiffany Stratton absolutely has what it takes to step up to that next level with your Rhea Ripley's and your Bianca Belair's. I can see them going 2 ways here. One, you either let Charlotte win and the fans burn Allegiant Stadium to the ground, or 2, Tiffany wins and she's cemented as someone the company is investing in. If I were a betting man, and I totally am, Go with Tiffany, although I could see them going all, the money's in the chase and having Tiffany work her way back to a rematch would be an interesting story. Ugh, my brain says Tiffany, but I'm not confident. 1 out of 10. World Heavyweight Title, Gunther versus Jey Uso. When it became clear that this was the direction they were going, I just figured it was to give Jey the top spot, have a big, yeeting moment with the crowd, and then Gunther goes along with his excellent title reign. But then they gave Jey a crisis of confidence. They had Gunther straight up murder Jimmy Uso, and even this past Monday on Raw, Gunther called out the fact that this match will make Jey 0-4 against him. How do you not put Jey over at this point? Right before the Street Profits won the tag team titles, they made a point to call out how long it's been since they had held the belts. They were making similar negative comments about Jey before he won the Intercontinental title last year. I kind of think they have to do it. How confident am I in Jey taking the belt? Like I said, kind of have to. And maybe Gunther will destroy him later and take it back. So, 6 out of 10. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Which corner will Paul Heyman be in? It's the big question going into this one. It's kind of like Miss Elizabeth when the Mega Powers exploded. And normally, a situation like this where there's an odd man out in the conflict, it makes sense for the Heyman to go with that third party, right? Seth has not hit Paul Heyman during this entire build. That was something I've been keeping an eye on. But Monday's show ended with Seth beating down both Punk and Reigns, and the law of the person who wins the final battle before the pay-per-view will lose at the pay-per-view states that Rollins can't win now. And don't get me started on if night one of WrestleMania's final match counts as a main event. In my John Cena heel turn video, I floated the theory that Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman are in cahoots with The Rock and Cena. That would wrap the whole event up nicely and would give that angle more of a presence when Cena can't be around. But, that was all just spitballing. Screw it. I'm going to go with Heyman teaming up with the Visionary, the Revolutionary, all that other stuff. Seth freaking Rollins. How confident am I in that? Barely. Let's give it a 3 out of 10. All right. Let's see what night 2 has in store for us. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. The law of the person who wins the final battle before the pay-per-view will lose that pay-per-view should be in effect here too. Logan Paul laid out AJ with a wildly impressive pulverizer on Raw, but I feel like Logan Paul always loses and they want to build him up, and they're never really afraid to have AJ drop a match these days. Adding in Karrion Kross, who I assume AJ is going to be feuding with after this, I'm going to give it to Logan Paul. Although it hurts my soul to see that dirtbag getting a win over the phenomenal one. How confident am I? Let's go 6 out of 10. Sin City Street Fight. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Oh, thank goodness they gave this match a stipulation because I was so bored with this feud. I feel like we'd seen this match on TV like a dozen times, which is interesting to me is how these two are almost the same guy, just at different parts of their careers. It took Drew McIntyre a long time to figure out his thing, that of professional internet troll, and he's great at it. And I feel like he's on his way to kind of cementing himself as a top guy. Priest, still hasn't found his thing. I mean, he's fine in the ring, but I gotta be honest, I don't look forward to seeing him perform. He needs to find his thing. Tough to call this one because there aren't any real stakes, so I'm going to flip a coin and go with Priest, I guess. Not confident in this at all. Let's go 1 out of 10. Intercontinental title. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor. I have a lot of title changes in my predictions, like way too many. And at first I thought it made sense for maybe Dominic to end up with the belt here through some kind of shenanigans to start dissension within the Judgment Day. But this Braun Breaker spearing everyone to death is just way too much fun. And there's no reason to move him up too quickly. Also, moving him up the ladder to feud with Jey Uso, if he beats Gunther, seems like a rehash of what they did in the fall. So I'm going to stick with Breaker. Not confident at all. Let's give this one a 2 out of 10. Women's Tag Team Titles. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Chelsea Green is not on this show, But this match is. Street Profits aren't defending the titles in a multi-team ladder war, but this match is. Yeah. Liv Morgan had a fantastic year this year, and Bailey did all kinds of stuff for the company, including boosting NXT. This match will be fine, probably quick. And I do enjoy Lyra Valkyria's work quite a bit. They just haven't done a good job making me care about her. Bird Lady, it's kind of a weird gimmick. I mean, ask the kids in the hall. And with Lyra already holding the Intercontinental title, it's clear she's not going to be Lyra Two Belts. I mean, this might be the easiest call all show. Liv and Raquel are going to take this, giving this one a 9 out of 10. WWE Women's World Title. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Now, I'm a big believer that the WWE should take someone popular, someone they believe in, and manufacture another Undertaker winning streak. Think about it. Toward the end of the streak's run, it was a legitimate selling point for the show. And who's popular and who is currently sitting at 4-0? Well, none other than the EST, Bianca Belair. Now, does it make sense for her to win this title? No. But honestly, it's weird that she's even in the match for the Raw title to begin with. And Monday, she said that she hadn't been pinned at WrestleMania, which is a strange thing to say when you've never lost at WrestleMania. So I'm worried they're just going to put the belt back on Rhea by having her pin Io and pretend like a unpinned WrestleMania streak is as impressive as an unbeaten one. So I'll go with Rhea, and Bianca can then return to SmackDown to deal with all that Cargill-Naomi business. I'm not particularly confident in this one. Let's give it a 3 out of 10. WWE Undisputed title. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Okay, I stand by my assertion that the motivation behind this heel turn isn't as strong as it could be. The Rock was such a key part of the turn, even being the person to signal that he should do it. It's important. He's barely been mentioned since it's happened. But I will admit, heel Cena is wildly entertaining, which isn't surprising because he's been good to great most of his career. Will The Rock be there? I would hope so. Didn't he make a fuss last year when people said he wouldn't be at Mania? At any rate, when it's all said and done, I think they need to pull the trigger on this Cena win. Otherwise, what was this all for? Then you've got dream matches all summer with Cena against Punk, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and all the rest of the top names. I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10 on the certainty scale. And as for my fantasy booking about Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins being involved as well, because Cena didn't need to turn to get this match, he had already won the Elimination Chamber. My thought is that it was revealed that The Rock had both Cena and Rollins on the payroll, and if either one of them lost, it was their job to make sure the other one was victorious. This leads to Rollins stomping Punk after he was eliminated, and Cena picking up the win. That theory, I'm way less confident in, so I'm going to give that one a 2 out of 10. Well, there are my 100% accurate-ish WrestleMania 41 predictions. What do you think is going to happen? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and crossroads that notification bell. Till next time, I'm Senior Siete for 7 Wrestling saying bye-bye.